All right, just getting loaded into the game. I peeked in the events earlier and I did a little bit of work on the Chronicle of the Ascendant. I've got some ship upgrades that I've been kind of waiting for an event to do. So I did the Revenant up to tier 10. So I put that in the scrapyard. And it is done being built. So I'm kind of hoping that with the rebuilding of the ship, I'm going to have an opportunity to score enough points to knock out a bunch of this. A bunch of the rest of the Ascendant, or put a pretty good dent into it at least. All right, so first things first, let's get the ship skin on there. Turn it into a Mark III. And then get in the refinery and get the refines that we can get. Okay, that's still light on G6. I'm only going to do single pulls here. Reset the presets for the bulk refines. Assign the Revenant. It's weird seeing that as a new ship. So I unlocked. Do I need to apply? Oh yeah, Mark II, Mark III. Okay, it's already applied. Click that chest. Now I want to double check to make sure that there's not a Revenant Transigen cost efficiency consumable. I did the Gorn Eviscerator earlier. The Revenant seems like it's about like the only ship that's not in there. Okay. See if there's any research that would be important. Oh, I should have looked at a couple of these when I had the ship up to tier 10. That's just in regular materials and resources. That was a slightly missed opportunity, but it probably won't take long to get it back up. 2 million of the ship parts is a lot. It'd be interesting if it kind of came back around and started requesting the uncommons. Hi Ryan, how you doing tonight? I've been waiting on an event to do specialty ship upgrades, so I was really excited to see that today. Just got back from picking up groceries, trying to figure out what to grind in the game. Well, Silent Hostels are on a 1 day, and your Vindicator event, kind of like the two things I'm going to focus on. Flashpoint stuff, you get 4 days, so you can slough on that for a little bit. Doesn't need to be super high priority. And then the Ascendancy event, or Ascendant, I think that one's worth doing some effort into because Scotty shards. I keep on hitting the non-instant button. So I'm probably gonna end up having to stop at like tier 7. No, there's no something stupid where anything's resetting. No. I gotta go out and do some type 3 solos. If I can get it to tier 8, I'll be a little thrilled. Because then it'll be back to 80% of what it was before. Which I think that's awesome that they let you level it back up so much right off the bat. Oh, I'm gonna get this to tier 9. So I'm gonna be able to get it back to about where it was when I started the day. They don't have that mathed out, do they? Okay, not quite. I was gonna say there was no shot. So I just need another 100 and some odd. $800. If I would have had the refinery... Is that worth 7,500? No, it's not worth 7,500. If I would have been able to do the one refine... That'd have been enough to get me over the edge. So let's go see what we're capable of. I need to plow through these ship upgrades too. I need the below deck slots. I don't have the patience to go kill the Alluring hostiles. Let's see. Where's my next below deck slot? $40 and $45. So get enough of this loot dropped in to finish the ship upgrade. And I'm gonna want to have Torres. I don't even know where to start off with these now. I probably should try to do a 58 type. What was that, type 2s? And how close did we get here? So we're about a third of the way through that now. That was a good chunk for just like regular specialty ship things. I think all 24 million points of that was, I think, one component on the Eviscerator and then like 3 components to get the Revenant to tier 10 and then getting it up to as far as I could after the scrap. I mean, like yesterday's event with the artifacts, I mean, that lined up really nice because I had a bunch of stuff that was ready that was within one chest pull of getting upgraded. That's only 64,000. I should probably be able to do the 60s here. Well, that reminds me, I was wondering if the new mission, or the mission from last month, or last week disappeared. It did not. I haven't claimed the new missions yet either, so I don't know if maybe those will make it go away, but... Okay, so these are 3.2s as well. These are also 3.2s. Okay, so 3.2s are where this is at. Bring Cerritos and Titan to buff. I might not even need it, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I was doing the 60s before. I don't think I was doing the 62s. $64 actually looks like a good paying one. Yeah, that's close enough that the ships will be here before the Armada executes. It's always rough not beating these things, but... Now the question is, do I do a regular fortify or do I do a max fortify? Probably a regular one first. Yeah, that'll leave me enough to be able to do a max if I need to. I probably don't even need to do this much, but... Better safe than sorry. Especially for the first one. Oh, that was like all the hull. That was all the hull. 20 million left, huh? So I got 5 million there. So 6.7 million. That's almost weird that that's exactly what I needed. All right, recalling. No, wait. I probably could have just died to one of these hostiles. Well, that's not that bad then. It only took one armada to get the chest full to be able to get it back up to tier 10. Because then I can go out and do some of that research. Which I should have done before I upgraded. I went past it. Didn't I? No. The Vindicator and the Revenant run together. So weird. So this is boosting the amount of credits. Boosting the amount of credits. Superhighways Mark II. So there's not anything super bad that I missed out on, then not that anything is gonna aid in my ability to kill those. Other than the next tier up. I don't know, that's a lot of zeros. It's 3 and something. They had... It must be the refit that does the number of shots. Is that a rare or an epic one? Mark III. Cost efficiency. The Mark II increased the number of shots, right? Yes, increases shots by 10. I just assumed that the Mark III also increased shots more, but it just added apex barrier and more parts efficiencies. All right, so get the tier up. This is where we're going to see the big strength growth. That's 11% attack, 7% attack, 10%, 10%. I mean, 25% hull. 13% to shield, which is actually 40% increase. Plus the shield deflection. Let's look at the battle log and see if hull or shield would be the bigger win. We went 25 rounds. Still taking shield damage, shield damage. So round 17. Well, weapons are always going to be important in these things. All right, this is a charge of 1, recharge of 2. Charge of 1, recharge of 1. That one's going to fire all the time. That one's going to fire all the time. So we'll upgrade these 2 guns first. And that should give us a greater degree of damage there. I should be able to do the highway now. Benevolence Q. Speed up the Vindicator taunt research. Okay, and do the superhighway. And then that's Borg 3 solos. Borg 3 solos. So 500 percentage points. 1,000 percentage points. Okay, that's good. So that one upgrades to tier 11, tier 11. Yes, I am working on the Revenant. I just got it up to Mark 3. And Vindicator Taunt, Solo Armadas. Yeah, I just did a 62. I was still tier 9, and it left me with 20 million hull. Cerritos and Titan. On the 62s. I think this is going to be pretty easy. I did the 2 weapons upgrades, so it should hopefully make a big difference. Yes, I did equip the new skin right away. I equipped the new skin right away, so I was able to take it up to tier 10. Makes a difference. It's kind of amazing how they let you get it built back up all the way. It's not hard to do. I mean, it's not like super intuitive to do some of those things. Especially the first one. The first scrap. The first scrap's always different. But it's been so long since I did this one that I had to double check everything. I'm using Tolra with the beer and Toli on the side. I can't tell if I won or not. I think I saw the banner notification. That's so confusing. Yeah, so now I went from doing all my hull to half my hull. Did that respawn or is that the same one? I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it. Chicote 7 and DeMarco. Yeah. That's probably a better... Well, I don't know about better or not, but it's... I was definitely using that when I was Mark 1 for sure. Getting the extra shots, I was kind of a little... I don't think after you get it to Mark 2 that having the extra shots is making as big of a difference. But taking advantage, I mean, you get the extra crit boosting off of that, and yeah, isolytic. I was just impressed to see that it worked on the first one. I can't believe the one... Like, the 2 weapons make that big of a difference. Well, and 5 levels, I guess, too. Cool. So... I'm going to save that for another day to continue with, because that's enough to get me a couple of single pull refines. Oh, I didn't even redeem the continuous superhighway. That's okay. That's just better use later. Extra shots is nice for group ones and extra shots to get other things to proc. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I never thought about that. The stuff that's based on shots for abilities. Although some of that doesn't work off of the extra shots too, though. Some of it. Okay, so now... Yes, this new stuff is very time consuming. And that's... Nope, I missed it. I missed it. Okay. I thought maybe I could jump there from there. So that'll make it easier to get up to the 62 system at least now. And then maybe... Maybe in a week or so I can start doing the 64s and get my ass over to the 70 system. Play with the big boys. Yeah, this new stuff has been very time consuming. Luckily, so much of it is passive, where it doesn't take active attention. But the days where it does require active attention is very active. Still at the bottom of the highest. You've got a different sample group than I do as far as the alliance goes, though, too. I don't even get to see the couple of them. Yeah, we don't have anybody that has Eviscerator or Disco high enough for that yet. I think we can get people to... We must be able to get people... We can open up a jump portal to the 68. Yeah. I've definitely been doing the group pulls. I've been doing the group pulls in the 68 system. Just accepting the death of my Revenant, though. Alright, we'll park that in the garage. To the 68 system or to the 70 system? Yeah. Okay, that's why we haven't been able to get anybody up there. But it won't take... I don't know how fast it levels up for the tier. But I'm sure it won't take too long to be able to get it up there. On its own, at least. Make sure that there are mods up here. There are. Yeah, our guys with the two biggest ships right now can do a 70 together. So my goal is as soon as I can get my ship up there, we should be able to do those with ease without having to worry about getting ships buffed and everything like that. Which is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that so much. Not an expert on most things but the Revenant and the Relativity. Relativity needs some work, man. There's no Trimata? Man, Ryan, you instantly got rid of my argument I was going to make when you said no Trimata. Because, yeah, those formation modas are certainly Trimatas. If it wasn't for the, speed ups, I think my ship would die before I'd be able to do these. Did that not die? That did not die. These things respawn slow enough. Oh, that one killed me. I can't get my team to do all relativities yet. We do not have enough people that have relativities that are reasonable level yet. Myself included, to be honest. My relativity needs a lot of help. That was just poor timing. It's getting there, though. Yeah, I could definitely see that starter chest would be awesome. I don't think we've been able to quite complete one yet. Not all 3 legs, at least. We never have all the right people online at the same time. Like, we have the people and the power to be able to do them. It's just not everybody's there at the same time at the right time. Man, I love using these armadas to complete the cube event. This is by far my favorite way to do the cube event. Yeah, I mean, anytime I can double down and do 2 events at one time like this, love it. I can get them knocked out almost at the same time. if I can find one of these things to spawn. Spawn rate is always so funky on these things. The they never seem like they respawn all like one at a time like they should. They always seem to come in like a big chunk. Couple FKRs. I don't even know if I can reach the 67s with the with more than one ship. I should be able to. I haven't tried. I don't know, the extra warp time, I was kind of like, I don't know if it really matters. But I know I can get housing close by too. Because there's housing with the 64. I'm gonna try one more. I don't know if this is gonna go or not. Reach the lowest ones. Go. Nah, too late. Oh, that did go. I'm just gonna let this ship blow up. Another stage on the invasion already? Okay, so Vindicator event is done. Cube event is done. Perfect. Actually, that's the reason that I don't go up to the 67s. I can't use the cutting beam on them. I can only use the cutting beam on up to 65. The one shot, at least. Because yeah, I know that there's housing like either here or here. So that extra jump to, I'm guessing, that system. Or is it that system? Must be housing here and then there. I don't know if I could do it with 67s, but I can definitely do it with the 66s. I just hate having to wait that 30 or 40 seconds or whatever it is. Okay. So then it's going to be a matter of doing silent hostiles and then finishing off the Chronicle of the Ascendant. You already you're maxed on your FKR rep? I'm not. I'm getting kind of close-ish though. I'm still not trying either. It wouldn't take much to finish off what I have. I don't know where, I guess I don't know where the lock is. Like I can almost get the blueprints for... That must not be for the epic ship, it must be for the miners. That's a poor example. Yeah, so the miners. And then heroes after that, so that's two and a half-ish things. Because the lock's at like, was it 2 trillion that the lock's at? Or is it only like lower number? Just 500 billion, yeah, okay. Oh, the G5 lock was at 2 billion. That's what it was. Yeah, so I mean, I'm over halfway there. That wouldn't take much to actually sit down and actually do it. Because it's like that much and then that much and it's done. You know, so that's like a total of 6 inches. Especially when they keep on adding the rep boosting abilities and stuff too. Like that new exo would make some of that a little bit easier. Like it's it's an advantage of the waiting game, maybe, is being able to get the max out on the benefits. Need to do more augment rep? I do too. I'm doing pretty decent with it. I'm getting pretty close to getting my Joaquin finished up. I mean, I'm doing pretty decent with it. I don't even know where the max end on this one is either. But where is that one? Up there. That one's higher than... What is that, 120? That's probably like, what, 1 or 2 more after that. How are all the 64s gone? Did they redo this system? It used to spawn 64s and 65s, right? I'm so confused by this right now. Like, did we break the system somehow? mean, I always take a break to the positive side if it is broken. Mother-in-laws. Tiberius, thank you for the raid. How is it going tonight? How was your stream? Shake those bunny tails. Thank you for the follow, Mad Hatter. Thank you for the follow, Just the Tip. I was just saying, found a fortunate bug here in the silence system. Listening to grievances about scoring. Oh, I could definitely hear that. Thank you for the follow, Bomb Diggity. Thank you for the follow, Psych Jest. Yeah, it looks like there was quite a few problems that are happening today. Thanks for the follow, Wood Cannon. Nevi Never, thank you for following. Yeah, the rebalancing of everything, I gotta give them credit though. I mean, they jumped on top of it and, you know, they put stuff in place and they got that compensation chest out quick. So this system here, the 65 silent system, is not spawning 64s. Because I'm quite certain that that should be 65s and 64s, not just 65s. But I could be gaslit into thinking that it's always been like this too pretty easily, because I'm not even 100% convinced right now. Like, I'm tempted to go look at a previous stream. Thank you for following an Askewl Inch. Hard to give credit when it's the same problem every time and they're like, oh, oops, we're working to improve it. Well, yeah, no, it's fair. I mean, it's a problem. By all means, it's a problem. Used to be both, they have changed it to only 65s. I do appreciate that too. Like, that's a good change. Thank you for the follow, Shuggy Poo. It only lists 65s. Well, it's especially for this event. I mean, normally these systems are so limited that, you know, like all the 70s and stuff would be up here, and having to do the event with people trying to chase the 65s and skipping 64s and stuff. The other system is 63 to 64. Yeah, well, I haven't been over there to look yet, but figured that was the same. Use your junker on the silence. I do not have one quite yet. I am like 3 days away right now. Yeah, Flashpoint is everything else that they've been doing in the game. I think they've been doing pretty well with the loop itself. I've actually liked, as far as like the transigen and transigen mining and what you get out of the refinery and everything like that. And then, yeah, these Ascendant events and the Ferengi events have been pretty good. The SMS and the IMS for Flashpoint, I'm on the fence about even doing Flashpoint. It's kind of one of those things where it's debating about whether the juice is worth the squeeze on that one. It's not too bad. I'll do some of the stuff. The doing the exchange for the card tags is probably worth it. I don't think anyone cares about the IMS. I don't necessarily think so either. Like, I think the only reason that the IMS has been progressing is just because people are doing their SMSs, and a lot of people are doing like 2 stages on their, well, stage 1 and stage 2 on their SMSs, I'm sure. I went and did my one hit out in the 40s earlier today. Just to get some points on it. Yeah, stage 1 and stage 2 is okay. I don't like the Hurak Armadas very much. Like, I did 60s last time for the rares. What is that? 24? No, that's the epics. 610 points. So say probably like 7 of those, and then try to do like 3 or 4 of the 55 epics maybe. Like, that's doable, but then there's the 4th stage, and I don't know about that. Oh, that's mining transition. Okay, that's not that bad then. Just don't do them. Hopefully it doesn't care whether we're gonna do some of these events. Like, I know that there's a metric for engagement, and they might be paying like a little bit more attention because this event is, dynamic and, changing the systems. So they might pay a little bit more attention to engagement in this. I'm very curious to see like what some of the actual differences are going to be between some of the different servers. Like, I don't see anything so far that's, there's I don't think there's going to be like 32 different combinations and endpoints on this thing. Like, I feel like there's probably like 3 different outcomes. And I don't even think that they're going to be a significant difference. Like, it could be something as easy as like a certain level of like a goal threshold might be different based on what your prior run performance was, maybe. Or maybe you get off to like a little bit easier start. I have no idea what their concept is for how the differences are between the different levels and the different systems and servers. It's gonna be interesting to see the breakdown of everything after this first month here for sure. It's one of those things. Flashpoints, I'm gonna give that a thumbs down right now. Transigen, I think, is a thumbs up. Like, they probably got Flashpoints like half right. Like, I don't mind the dropship mechanics, and I don't mind the Suliban transports and runners very much. The Saris invasion was a complete fail. Nobody cared, including Scopely, so they just run them whenever. Build a some cooperative thing, so now they redo it and make it even worse. It's typical, really. Yeah, yeah, they dropped the ball so hard on that. Like, I get that it's a proof of concept, for like the Ceres was definitely a proof of concept. Um, I like the idea behind that a little bit more on like if there was more randomized systems. You know, like if they had target levels and it would randomly have the Fatu Cray show up in, you know, like 5 random 66 systems and 5 random 58 systems. You know, something like that, that'd be a little more entertaining. But, you know, like after the first 2 runs, you kind of already know what's happening and there's no discovery, there's no refreshment of it. Where's the strategy? The talk for strategy, like they made it sound like the server had to make decisions together and align on a goal, and like the outcome was gonna be dependent on people being on the same page. And yeah, it's definitely not that. Oh, that's right, those things don't. Yeah, I like the choose your adventure concept behind it, especially if it can be guided. Like, I was really thinking this was gonna end up being like really capture the flag mechanic, and I was kind of hoping that there was gonna be a you know, fight against the Hurak and a fight for the Hurak, and you know, be able to have the server kind of sway back and forth and um kind of go tit for tat on trying to come up with a plan. Like you'd only be able to meet your objective if everybody was trying to do the same thing. Like it would be almost impossible for half the server to try to do it one way and half the server to do it another way. And then if, you know, like the server couldn't get together and align on a plan or something like that, like all these systems wouldn't be enterable. Like they'd be insta kill from, you know, like 28 quadrillion power enemies. You know, something like that. That would have been neat. That would have been fun. Yeah, kind of like a TC expansion type of thing. I mean, that could have definitely been it. Where it was, if it was like actual capture the flag, like you had to fight TC from like the drop ships or something like that, as well as other player alliances. And with new augment coming out, that's a grind and a half, and they overdose with this content, they have lost the plot. I do agree. I think that the mining aspect of this would have been a really good follow-up to augment, but the grinding is kind of a very 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 similar feel, and not all of us are completely finished with the augment loop yet, so we are still doing that grind to some degree. Yeah, that's how it was kind of almost explained. Skeletor was, you know, like there was like a capture the flag mechanism kind of concept that was kind of portrayed in a way kind of mixed with the choose your adventure story, like some kind of a mix between the two of them. That's not bad. 4 trips. I'm satisfied with that kind of a result. I mean, 4 trips to complete an SMS. GTA San Andreas gang control map. Oh, that's thinking back, man. Yeah, more quality of life with the reduced grinds would be nice. 47. Yeah, that's like average age for this game though, so. I mean, I might even have that game over on my shelf. I don't remember what system that I was in. Ooh, ball-faced hornet's nest. It wouldn't be a bad idea to film it. And you never know. I mean, it could even be for insurance purposes for a good side of things. But good luck. Don't get stung too bad. And if you do, at least hopefully it turns out to be a great story. You old. The cans that shoot 20 feet. I use those on my wasps all the time. It's kind of fun. I wonder how many G5 and G6 are within 10 years of their ops. That's probably interesting. You repel guys with that thing. That would be a very interesting statistic. Yeah, I mean, you got a good chance either way. If you do it, everything successfully, then, you know, like it's amateur takes care of hornet's nest or whatever. And the, if it goes poorly, then... Oh, that got me a little bit there. Thank you. Thank you for the bits, Worf. The, yeah, if you do successfully get rid of them, then you could have a chance of going viral as an amateur doing it. If things go horribly, then you could still go viral as a amateur trying to do it. Yeah, hitting the wasp with those cans, the 20-foot up in the eaves. It makes that job a lot of fun. I shouldn't say fun. Not that it's fun, it just makes it easy. Half your alliance is retired people. A lot of my alliance is at that you know, at that point where they're definitely like senior level people in their company and stuff. I'm Ops 66 and 39. So I've got a little bit of separation there too, but yeah, it is. It's very fulfilling when it's a big nest and you just hear like that tink 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 tink. Op 68 on the way. Thank you for the follow, Worf. Yeah, I think I'm going to be 67 fairly soon. Well, I'm gonna be doing my my operations building fairly soon, at least. Yeah, 30 and op 70. That's a good spot to be at for sure.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, thanks for the gifted, man.
Now everybody shake, shake. Now everybody. Do the hottest thing in the dance, girl want test you.
Oh, hype train. This is my channel's first hype train.
Driving me insane, the motherfucking hype train. Driving me insane, the motherfucking hype train.
That's the first time I've heard that alert now. Thank you for the hype train. I really appreciate that. I don't even know where to look for it. Tin Man, thank you for the 5 gifted.
Now everybody move. Now everybody shake, shake. Now everybody. Do the hottest thing in the dance.
No matter what, we're setting record. I'm gonna have to go back and look at this stuff now to make sure that I got it all set up correct. That's one of those things I got on my back burner. It's like, I don't have to worry about that yet. No, appreciate. Yeah, the amount of so many different things. Can't practice some of this stuff offline. So it's really interesting to get a peek at it. Just mine 1.2 million in 6 minutes and 50 seconds. How much I have to keep going back and forth mining. Yeah, that's I see Tiberius just got into that too. Yeah, 650 is, that's pretty crazy. I mean, it's pretty decent that it's a fairly short warp. I think my turn and burn time was around 20 minutes with my Selkie. Well, the 40-minute timer is not based on your cargo capacity either. That's based on your hull. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of hazard resistance coming though. Like, I'm really surprised that they didn't have an exo comp in here that would run for like 30 minutes or an hour or something like that. Some kind of ship. Yeah, that's always a possibility too, but it doesn't feel, there's so much of the boost baked into the building that I don't feel like there would be necessarily a ship. Vacuum and PVC pipe, that's big brain right there. They could have made a lot of money because, yeah, their target audience for that is not G6. For this month, at least. Their target audience for that stuff is G4 and G5. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting more hazard resistance myself, but I've got opportunities for it. You know, giving the people that do not have the opportunity for it, like, make it their only way, their first taste, you know, whatever. But I mean, that could be against a strategy too, where it would make the entry path into G6 maybe easier to a point that they wouldn't want to have it. Yeah. It's, man, I don't know. Thanks for the hype trade, everyone. That's awesome. Like, I could see like a skin to the faction miners or something like that. I just think that the way that they've got the mining bonus built into things right now, I would be surprised. Now, not to say that with the combat abilities here and with the with the combat abilities here and the armadas and stuff, I'm not saying that there's not room for a ship. Because these hostels do have, you know, like a little bit of uniqueness to them. Morty, introducing the fix the month after no longer makes sense. Yeah, I definitely agree with that statement, because they have done that a lot. I'm done with the loop if I'm doing it for a month without the fix. I no longer need the fix. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It'd have to do something very significant. It'd have to do something very significant to be worthwhile at this point. I'm going to 67 whenever I speed it up to gain another 40 hazard here, but I'm thinking they will add something for this hazard type. Yeah, that's one of those things I keep on forgetting about, is like every time I go into my research, it's always like op 67, you know, op 67, op 67. And like, there's a lot of stuff to be gained there, and I keep on forgetting about that. Coffee is always needed. Yeah, how many have we had? Can that be easily seen? Because we've had Reliant, GS31, Relativity all in 2025. Well, not to mention Vengeance. We all know that Scopely only does things that make sense, so I concede. Yeah, like there was definitely room for the exocomp. I mean, like even if there was like a heavy buy-in with the mining material, I mean, yeah. I get very jealous when I am out and about and I see people using the GS31. I'm like, please give. Because it's so close. It's so close. Yeah, I ended up missing a couple of days on mine. Like I was trying really hard, but I had forgotten to do a couple of the pulls. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to do it because I struggle with the 55 elite waves right now. I can do the I could do all the way up to wave 4, wave 5. I've gotten a couple of times, but like crew's gotta be tight. You made a video of Elite 60s wave solo solved. A second GS31? That'd be crazy. Well, my biggest thing is my Kaskari. I just got the Kaskari built and it's tier 4 right now. Like, once I get a little bit of health underneath that thing, that'll help out a lot too. It doesn't have any teeth right now. Plus I gotta catch up on Explorer ship. That's very true. Just having a second one leveled up would make them faster for sure. Because you can double up the, I mean, that's, I don't even know where it's at for a lot of people, like 14 ships then. As long as you can double up on the attacks, I guess. I'm not 100% familiar with how it works, if there's a cooldown or anything like that. Oh, you can kill the 70s with that wave? Yeah, there is a cooldown timer? Okay. 45 seconds? Wow. So you kind of have to be strategic. I could definitely see the point of having a video on it then, for sure. Because there's going to be like a point of, there's going to be like a go, no-go zone for that. I almost made a video of almost epic fail. I mean, one of the things I need to do is the next time that I get the opportunity, I need to make sure that I get the Armada center health boost thing to get the extra 2 ships or whatever in that, because that would have allowed me to get quite a few extra waves. Because if I could plan for four ships getting through in wave 5, I could definitely be able to finish them every time, no problem. Well, you bought the Mirror Prime's last event store? Yeah. I think I got a couple of other primes. Like I had gotten a couple of the Mirror Primes too. And like I had two things that were a little bit higher priority, but I think that's at the point where that's kind of like where my next priority is with those. Oh, is that where these newer systems? I was looking. Where did I see those? Like some random 70 systems in a place where they didn't belong. Is that all related to the Vengeance stuff? Have a good night, Skeletor. Thanks for dropping by. Okay. Yeah, I was just going from faction space up and I was like, oh, well, that's new. All right, something I didn't recognize. Because I know that they had those in like the G6 faction space, I don't know, last month or 2 months ago or whatever like that. So I was like, oh, so I didn't know if these ones that came at the same time as those ones did, or if that was kind of separate, but okay. How many people are in the RLB? Oh, it's for getting the ship. So that's kind of like the old jellyfish pursuit ones then. Well, right, yeah, that's a G6 level for sure. I mean, it's more premium at this point, I guess. I shouldn't say more premium. It's the first time something's been that premium in a long time. Because yeah, getting the opportunity to be the first for stuff like that, or you know, first of a few, is huge, really. It's nice to be able to take advantage of something like that for a very short time. Like I was able to do G5 and G6 where I was one of the first people on the server. And that was awesome for quite a while. You should sell yourself for the ship. I was definitely taking a peek around, you know, trying to get a grasp to see if anybody had anything. I wasn't exactly certain what the sourcing mechanic was yet. I just kind of assumed that they had I just kind of assumed they had that up for sale. $5K through syndicate packs. I mean, that's reasonable-ish, you know, for that scale of stuff. If you have to go work the corner tonight. Well, as long as the weather's nice, I mean, might be worth it. All right, so I think stage 1 is complete. Yeah, stage 1 is complete. On to stage 2. So they've got a pretty good chunk of change into the stage 2 stuff. That's a little over 100 ships. Always worried to get abducted. Yeah, that's not something that you want for sure. I mean, they call it stranger danger for a reason. My alliance mate spent more in the first round for the ship than I ever spent in gaming. I'm not surprised. It's a big thing. My version of reasonable does not include 5K for a ship that will get outpaced in 6 months. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, that's kind of what my immediate thought was too, because, you know, like the ISS Jellyfish, and you know, as soon as G4 landed, that killed that pretty quick. Yeah, you don't have a lot of attributes that would keep you from not, you know, having a big. You're basically holding a sign that says, "Yep, I'm easy to grab." Well, I don't have a trunk, so you don't have to worry about me. You know, the worst part is, like, when we're talking about the corners and the problems and everything, like, I have a corner in my head that I instantly go to, like, that's the bad corner. That's one of those things that it's like, yeah, it sounds like lighthearted conversation like that, but then like that little thing sinks in your head where it's like, dude, that's real life shit right there though. Like that's problems that people actually have to be concerned about. You know, God forbid and all, but it got dark, yeah. sometimes the reality sinks in and it's like, oh, you know, that's not as funny of a concept as you think. Carry guns sometimes, yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, there's definitely areas that are worthy of more attention than others. You told Candy no vans. Yeah, vans have too big of a connotation. And I don't know what's been happening here lately, but I've been seeing like some of these like commercial vehicles that are like driving around in like these clapped out like panel vans, and I'm like, man, that's you know, like a different level of shady when they get clapped out. You know, like a van's a van, but when that thing looks like it's off of like some movie, like some A&E flick or something, it's like, oof. I'm one of those people, I have pretty decent situational awareness, so like I kind of keep an extra eye out on certain things in certain circumstances. Like I may not have concern for myself. I don't feel like I'm somebody that's likely to get abducted. Not without a pretty decent fight at least. You know, like obviously you know, like somebody coming up behind me with a white napkin filled with the Goofenthal. My body goes limp, and then they got to try to work on my body to get somewhere. Nah. Ain't nobody going through all that hassle with me. But I keep my eye out for other people for sure. Like, there's definitely a reason to be concerned for others. And sometimes it is just paranoia, but sometimes that can be healthy. If it keeps you safe, it keeps you happy. See, that's always a good thing when you have people that'll help look out for you like that. Like, that's always something that I always try to do is, you know, like when you're in a late night situation like that, you know, to always try to be teamed up. You know, like, there's usually not a reason that you can't stick around a little bit longer to help make sure somebody can finish mopping or closing out the night or whatever. I mean, even if it's just counting down registers or counting down the safe, it's always a good idea to have a couple sets of eyes around. Yeah, I mean, there's different levels of situational awareness, because I mean, there's people being proactive on well, I guess no matter what, situational awareness is situational awareness. It's just a matter of what you're having to be aware of. Because if you're a bad guy, you might have to be aware of where the cops are, or where the other bad guys are, you know? Well, it's like one of those things, like the trust but verify. You know, like, it's not good to go around assuming everybody's doing bad deeds, but it's good to assume, to make sure that you have an out plan. Hi, Itari, how you doing tonight? It's definitely good to make sure you have an out plan, to make sure you have all your routes covered. Yes, spider sense goes off, don't ignore it, that's for sure. It's definitely a good thing to pay attention to instinct, because that's, even if it's wrong, it's there for a reason. I mean, as long as you're not in Final Destination, chances are that, you know, acknowledging your instincts and your reactions to stuff like that isn't going to end badly. I did not notice these XSLBs before. It's like the same scoring mechanic, it's just crossover leaderboard instead of SMS. They didn't do that in the last run. Or I didn't see it in the last run. That's all interesting. It seems so weird to have like 4 spots to go for the events right now, though. Like, it's not as bad now that we don't have the Crucible running like we did before. Cause like that was kind of rough with having to click around in like all these different tabs and all these different buckets and stuff to kind of try to keep track of everything. Were they SLBs last time? I couldn't even remember the SLB. I don't run for a lot of SLBs, I guess, so maybe I just ignore those. Especially if they have the X in front of them. I'm like, there are way too many more people out in the world that I'm gonna use the term care about those more than I do. A lot of times the push isn't really worth the effort. Because, I mean, unless I am gonna push for like a top 3, you know, like 6th isn't too bad. But once you get down to 11th, it's like, maybe not. you, you like the Crucible? I did like the Crucible too. Like, I love the Boldly Go layout. Like, I kind of wish that every month's events were like that, because we wouldn't even need to do a calendar, because it's all right there. You can see what you have scheduled, you can see what you need to do, and you can do it ahead of time. You can do it later. Like, it gives you so much flexibility, and it gives you all the information just in one neat little package. My dream is having to click 1,000 tabs to know what I'm doing each day I predict who will be there next month. You know, I never actually counted like what it was when it was before the refinery batches were there, but I mean, like, there's a lot of clicks in the refinery. There can be a lot of clicks in the refinery. Only thing that made Crucible tolerable was Tarpy spreadsheet. I didn't have to use it. Like, I definitely understand, like, there was definitely a good thing there. Yeah, I guess that's the thing, you know, with refinery and factions, they're always static. So you kind of get muscle memory built into where you need to click on everything. The events change so much that and they don't do them consistently too. Like, that'd be one thing, like, if everything was always done consistently, it'd be easier to pay attention to, but sometimes, you know, like, somebody's idea of where these things should be bucketed up is a little bit different than like a different arc runner or game design or whoever makes the decisions about what goes into how things get categorized. I was around 500 clicks for Ultra, clocked 500 clicks. Now it's just for getting rid of the red dots, I imagine, too. No, there's definitely a lack of consistency in a lot of different areas. I feel like a lot of it's gotten better. Like, I feel like they're converging a little bit, because like the arcs used to be like really different. Now there's just some of the stuff's a little bit different. When you're on site on work on your phone, do you just give up on the claims until you get home? Yeah, I usually do too. Like, sometimes I've got it like worked into my morning routine. Like, when I'm waiting for coffee, I can, you know, like run through like the Klingon, Fed, and Romulan faction stores. You know, like stuff like that. I can kind of get knocked out in a decent time. Some of the others, I haven't found a rhythm. It gets tough because as the clicks change, they increase and decrease now too. You know, it gets tough to work it back into a pattern. Yeah, oh, for sure. Bulk refinery cut your daily collections from 45 minutes to less than 5. Yeah, it was taking me a good 45 minutes in the refinery. And that's with knowing what I'm clicking, not making any decisions, just doing the taps. Yeah, I think bulk faction's gonna be like a little trickier just because of the user interface is so much different. But I mean, I don't think it'd be too hard. It'll look a little different, but I think they'll be able to get there. I'm curious on how long it'll actually take for like the bulk claim to actually occur and process. But I guess the refinery isn't too bad these days. It was a little rough at first, but they can't even sync their events on daylight savings. Yeah, that's really interesting stuff too, because like they like said that it wasn't going to affect the events, and it's like pretty sure the events are affected. No, it's the same as it was. No, it's not. It's truly not the same because everything used to stop and start at the same time. And it's tricky having 2 event resets. I don't know how many times I end up pulling miners off of nodes an hour early. I've gotten better. I've gotten better about just waiting until second reset. Because like even today, because like there were, you know, synergy events that popped up yesterday with the artifacts. You know, and I had done a couple artifacts earlier in the day and I had missed a little bit of that synergy. Yeah, fix is coming. Yeah, in about, what is that, 2.5 months? 3.5 months? 3.5 months. Now the problem is the fix gonna be during the US reset of daylight savings, or is it gonna be in the EU reset of daylight savings? That gets confusing too. No, it's not. It's not daylight savings in the EU yet, so it's gonna be off for a couple more weeks. Then we'll fix it. Like they used to fix it. They fixed it more than once, but they definitely gave up on it. Like I don't know if it's something stupid like they changed the location of the servers, or if it's just because they put in multiple servers or something. Incursions reset an hour early. I kind of like that in a way though, so it doesn't get into the regular reset lag. So I mean, it is kind of nice to have it on its own little thing, kind of. Daily savings for months, yeah. I mean, we all have at this point. I mean, it's definitely one of the things. now they will fix it. I mean, it'd be on point. It'd be on point that, you know, once you've accepted it as like the state of the game, it becomes a priority. I didn't look to see if the Targ Tag redemption was in the event store thing again. What was that? That was mainly just to get the there was something that was good in there. They don't have the Targ Tag exchange. Oh, there it is. Oh, probably just the premium mirror dust. Well, I mean, and then the directives too, but I was like, I knew that there was something that was kind of nice in there. Oh, let's see if I can scratch together enough to do anything. You hate when you kill another player and they complain. What's really bad is if you're at war and they message you and complain about the non-row hit on their ship. Like, dude, your guys' alliance declared war on us 3 days ago. Why are you complaining about me hitting your miner? You are. See, like that shit happens all the time. It was the 30th of March in Denmark when daylight savings kicked in. That's definitely long enough ago that it could have been fixed. It could have definitely been fixed a long time ago. Always tell them have your leadership contact our leadership. Yeah, I mean that's all that you can really do at that point. Like it's I've definitely had it get to the point where I've had to have a copy pasta saved up and ready to go because getting weird questions. I mean, it's not like it was like an hour into things, you know, we're talking days into things. Like, man, no wonder you guys can't get your shit together. I mean, you guys can't even communicate within your own alliance. Go back on the 26th of October. That's a couple weeks off from what it is here in the US. In the US, it's like the first weekend in November. I don't know when it kicked in. I feel like it was a little bit earlier than that. Tell them to contact your agents. Do any of these ones end soon? 11 days. 4 days. I'm always surprised that they have this go as short as it is. I should have paid attention to see if any of this stuff carried over. I don't know why I wouldn't have, but I just kind of went on with the assumption that it was going to. Oh, it did carry over? I figured it would. Like, it didn't have any kind of like a time sentiment behind it. Like, it wasn't like first run, you know, first act or something like that. None of that stuff. Voice rewards, we still got plenty of time with that. These ones don't even have any kind of a time on them. Cool. Well, I think I'm going to call that a night for tonight. I appreciate everybody stopping by and appreciate the gifts and the follows and subscriptions and all the good stuff. The hype train, that was the first hype train that I've had on my channel. Thank you so much. It was a great night.